Hey guys, Jordan here. Today we're checking out something a little bit different. This is a power supply with built-in cable management. Now, around a month ago, I actually thought to myself, why don't we have power supplies with built-in cable management, especially for like dual chamber cases? For example, you often have a big area where you just store a lot of cables, and it would make sense to have some kind of solution that would just kind of tape them or strap them down to the power supply. Lian Li have answered that question. This is the RB0750. The 750 relates to the wattage. This is a 750. It'll also have a 650 and a 550 available as well. ATX 3.1 compliant as well. So you've got your 12 watt high power, 12 6 plus 6, 12 plus whatever you want to call it, cable. You've also got a 5-year warranty, and this is a bronze unit on this one. I would like to see some higher wattages. 750 is the limit at the moment. I have asked if there'll be higher ones, but there's nothing confirmed yet. But it would be nice to see some 1000 watt, maybe 1200 watts, especially for dual chamber cases, especially the higher end ones. You do typically put more expensive parts in, which would relate to higher wattage as well. Now in the box we've got our power cable. This is obviously UK plug for me in the UK. That will be region dependent where you are. Of course, our unit itself, pop that to the side. We've also got some other cables as well. So this is a semi-modular unit. We've also got some insulation screws. And then in this bag, looks to be SATA and Molex. Yeah, so we've got a single cable to then 2 SATA and 1 Molex. And then that other cable looks to be the same. So yeah, we've got 2 of those. So total of 4 SATAs and 2 Molex. And then we've also got what looks like a 6+6 connector to then a PCIe connector. So maybe if you're going to be using an AMD card that requires 3 8-pins, like the 7900 XT that has 3 8-pins, you may need to use this adapter. We'll check that out in a minute. So here is the unit itself. Quite a lot of cables on this actually in one go. Looks to be more than your typical power supply, because you have got the 12 watt high power attached on there as well. So that is pre-installed with a nice blue connector. Easy to see when it's fully connected as well, which is good. That is up to 450 as it says on there as well. Here's the adapter, just connecting that together with our additional PCIe connectors. Yes, we've got 2 of those, so that will make your 3 if you're using a triple 8-pin card. Bit of a shame it's not got 3 on it natively, but at least they've got an adapter with it, I suppose, which is something. We've then got our 2 8-pins or 4+4s, and then of course our usual 24-pin motherboard power on there as well. All these cables are flat plastic, but they've got a braid kind of effect on them, so it simulates the look, but they're not actually braid coated. So just something to bear in mind if you wanted to maybe have something a little bit nicer on the ends. If you're really about the aesthetics, you might want to get some braided extensions to go with these as well. 600mm in length for those cables for the 24-pin and the CPU. The PCIe ones are a little bit longer because you've got the daisy chain on there as well. The adapter does go a bit further, so just something to bear in mind. You'll have to obviously cable management that down a little bit if you are using all 3. On the actual side of the power supply, we have got a couple of 6-pins. These will be for your accessory connections, so you can just plug those into the sides if you do need to use those. Obviously not everyone will, so you do have those as optional ones, and you can see they're cable managed already with the Velcro cable ties on the unit. Then on both sides we have got some more Velcro cable ties for you to attach all of your cables to. So if we were to put this in a case for a dual chamber layout, typically at the bottom one of those sides may be cut off, but if you have a case that puts it a bit further up, I think the XL011 Dynamic has it further up, or you can have the option to put it up there. Then you obviously can use the ones in the bottom, and then obviously the ones at the top as well if you've got a little bit more clearance there. So not a bad principle. There's a 135mm cooling fan. That's a hydraulic bearing fan. There isn't any silent mode on this as well, so under a certain temperature it will not spin. We've just got a simple power switch on the back, so that's not something you can expect on this unit. Nothing to control there. That's typically a feature you may see on higher end power supplies though, so hopefully we'll see some 1000 watt, 1200 watts like that come out in the future. And of course it is a bronze unit, so you can expect around 85% efficiency, but not too bad for a 750 watt unit, as I do like this kind of concept with the cable management built in, especially like I said for dual chamber cases where you often have quite a bulk of cables. So last little things to mention, this has got all of the protections you'd expect to see on a quality power supply. You've also got a 5-year warranty, and price wise it's going to be $69.99 for the 750, $59.99 for the 650, and then at $49.99 for the 550. So fairly reasonable I think for a bronze unit, and it is nice to see something with some cable management on it as well. So hopefully we'll see some higher ones as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments box below. I'll leave the pricing and availability in the description if you want to pick one up. Thank you to Lian Li for sending this out for me to look at. If you enjoyed the video, please get subscribed and ding the bell to know when it's future upload. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.